So what we're hearing as we go through the numbers is that this was the Gen X election. That it was Generation X who came out and voted for the president. As a Gen Xer myself, I have to admit to being quite surprised. Because as you grow up as a Gen Xer, it's you look at your generation always with kind of an eye. How are we gonna react to things when it's our time? Well, although we didn't have a world war that we had to face, a bunch of brush fires, when it was our time to stand up for our republic, we did. We stood up for our republic at the voting booth. It had become clear that this country was clearly going in the wrong direction. Clearly. And something had to be done. It wasn't just Gen X. A lot of people are calling this the red pill election also. A Gen X red pill election. Forgive my cynicism, but growing up as a Gen Xer, not sure I would have ever thought of that. I'm not sure I ever would have thought of that. As you grow up through the 90s and you see the transformation of your generation, again, a little surprising, but not totally. We were the last generation that were told, hey, go out and play. Go out and play, and when the street lights come on, you get your butt home. And I want to see you here before then. We are the last generation that the internet didn't really exist. Became more of a novelty as we grew up, and we grew into the internet as where we didn't grow up with the internet like the generations of today. Will those generations answer the call of their republic when it's time? I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot less faith, I'll say that. I have a lot less faith. When you see the reactions going on right now on the TT and on the X, it's pretty astonishing. It's pretty astonishing. The performative way people are expressing their anger and discontent with this is humorous, of course, but it's also disturbing. It's very disturbing. People like to act. People really like to act. They love the attention of the dramatic. The attention of the dramatic. That seems to be the calling of the youth, the younger folks. Now I sound like an old fogey, and I get it. I am. I'm fine with it. But will they answer the call? I don't know. Will they be too confused? I hope not. We have centers of higher education that are of the lowest education that you could possibly get for the highest money you could possibly spend. So, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm amazed. I'm so happy with Generation X today. I'm so happy with the men of Generation X today. Because as you go through all the numbers and you find that it was the Gen Xers, the last ones to play outside, the last ones whose parents, I guess, were the last generation of real parents. I don't know. It's a tough thing to say. The world is a strange place. The world is a strange place. And to know that the men of Generation X, who never really faced what you would consider hard times, like the greatest generation facing the Depression and World War II, and then the rebuilding of an entire world after that. That's trial and tribulation. They stood up for it. We never had to face that. But we did face the possible destruction of our way of life, of freedom, of liberty, of equality. Not equity, equality. Equality of opportunity. Where we all are still going to have the opportunity, at least for 4 more years, and they better not take this for granted, but at least for 4 more years, we have the opportunity. That's really all you can ask in this world, is the opportunity. I'm so proud of Gen X. The men of Gen X. And the women. But according to all the exit polls, all the information, black men, Latino men, white men, all men stood up for our republic. We stood up for what was right. We may get backlash, and this may not be seen as pro-female. It's not anti. It's pro-male, pro-Gen X, pro-pride in America and freedom. And a generation who, God willing, is not the last generation to stand up for our republic. It's been a crazy ride the last, you could say, 4 years, ever since the man went out of office, and the constant lawfare and the attacks on him, but it's been seen and it's been answered. Now, don't take it for granted. Get your nose to the grindstone. Like yesterday's video said, let's get that cabinet named. Let's get these people rolling. Get in contact with these world leaders. You're dealing with the new boss. The old boss is gone. There's a new sheriff in town. Start talking to him. And thanks to Gen X, the men of Gen X, all the men of Gen X, and all the men out there, we did it. We saved our republic for at least 4 more years. Whether we can keep it after that, we'll find out. But good on us. One more time. Stay sour.